Last year's Market Street Parade would not have been possible without a historic comeback against the Reds. The Giants are on verge of elimination in Cincinnati, but they proved they were a team of destiny by forcing a winner-take-all Game 5 in the NLDS. And that was just a sign of things to come for the Giants in last year's World Series run. This year, the goal for both teams is to get back to the postseason. Tonight, Giants-Reds meet in Game 1 of a 4-game series next.
We are back at AT&T Park as we get ready for baseball. This is Game 1 of a 4-game series. That's right, a 4-gamer against the very tough Cincinnati Reds. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, the Giants ended up taking 2 out of 3 against Arizona, and they were not happy with that. Well, they'll have their hands full with the Cincinnati Reds. They're playing good baseball. They gave Giants fits in Cincinnati. So I guess you throw the guy out there that threw a no-hitter his last time out.
Well, why not? Tim Lincecum has never beaten the Reds. He's 0-2 lifetime with a 6.85 ERA. So he owes them a good game, and he has a chance to join Johnny Vandermeer, the only guy in Major League Baseball history to ever throw 2 no-hitters back-to-back. And guess what? He played for the Cincinnati Reds. So wouldn't it be something if Tim Lincecum got his first win and it was another no-hitter? I'm just wishing.
Yeah, wishing and hoping, and let's just hope for a good game, all right? Well, the good game for Tim Lincecum was his last outing. When we come back, Amy G is going to take a look at Tim Lincecum's no-hitter against the Padres. She's going to do all of that right after this.
Is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Go big at a Jack in the Box near you. with Jack's new Big Stack Burger. And by Toyota. Do the math and save at your local Toyota dealer.
After winning the series against the Diamondbacks, the Giants welcome the Cincinnati Reds for a 4-game set with a doubleheader to boot. A lot of baseball to be played over the next few days. Welcome back to AT&T Park. I'm Amy Gutierrez, and Tim Lincecum will take the hill this evening for the Giants. Now, it has been over a week since Timmy pitched. He's a little bit anxious, maybe because he's coming off, that's right, a no-hitter. Now, y'all remember Gregor Blanco's famous catch to preserve Matt Cain's perfect game. Tonight, we're going to look at the defense that helped Timmy achieve his amazing accomplishment. It's our AT&T U-verse Rewind this evening. We take you to the 7th inning. Pablo with a backhanded snag and a perfect strike to belt throughout Jesus Guzman. And then in the 8th inning, Amarista, he's sure he has a hit, but Hunter Pence steals it. Tim called it the Superman catch, laying it out for his teammate to preserve Timmy's no-hitter, Hunter Pence. Now, the 27th out, yeah, it looks routine, but in the middle of a no-hitter, nothing is easy. Nice catch. And pretty apropos that it's Gregor Blanco. Tim told me that bear hug by Buster, that was the moment that knocked him back to reality, literally, and that's when he realized the amazing feat that he accomplished. Congratulations to Tim Lincecum. It's going to be really fun to watch him out there tonight. Game 1 against the Reds. Kruk and Kuip are going to have first pitch and lineups, but after these messages, we're going to check in with our Comcast Sportsnet studios for an update. Stay with us.
About ready to walk into the ballpark. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. 58 degrees here at the yard. Humidity is quite high. Winds are light. And the forecast is we get a cloudy night. Under a very nice ovation, Tim Lincecum departed the dugout. The last time he left the dugout in a game he was going to pitch was the 9th inning in San Diego last Saturday night. So here's the lineup that Lincecum will be facing. It'll go like this. It'll be Chu, Heisey, and then Joey Votto. Brandon Phillips, 78 RBIs. He's tied for the most in the National League, followed by Bruce, Frazier, and then Cozart. Mesoraco will do the catching. He'll hit 8th, and Bronson Arroyo will pitch and bat 9th.
On the hill tonight, Tim Lincecum making start number 20, 5-9 with a 4.26 ERA. However, look at the strikeout total, 125 in 116 innings. And if you look what he's done the last 2 outings, he has struck out 24 in 16 innings. And what that means is he has really found a great set of mechanics. And he's throwing strikes with all of his stuff. And his stuff is a fastball that it goes low to mid-90s, more lows than mids. He'll throw a curveball, slider, and a split. And he has had a nice command with all of those specialty pitches. Lifetime against Cincinnati, 0-2. He's never beaten the Reds with an ERA of 6.85. They've been hard on him. Take a look at the defense playing behind Lincecum tonight, starting in the Giants outfield from left to right. It'll be Blanco, Torres, and Pence. That's your outfield. Crawford joined by Sandoval on the left side of the infield. Marco Scudero, Brandon Bell will patrol the right side, and behind the dish in the squad, Buster Posey.
So here's Chu. Chu hitting .292 with 13 home runs, 31 driven in. So we get underway at 7:15. And the 1-0 delivery is on the inside corner for a strike.
Plate umpire Ron Kolpa, good pitchers umpires. Got a big zone, likes that low strike. That's his preference. But there are corners to his strike zone.
See Hallian, Cuzzi, and Cuccione. The 2-1 delivery to Chu, and Chu takes wide. He will take a lot of walks. There's Robinson, who's on deck, so that's a late addition to the lineup. And Chu, they're going to say Chu went around. And Chu saying, get some help. Or something of that nature.
All right, did he go?
Nope.
That's a gift. That was ball 4.
So 3-2. And the payoff is driven to left, and Blanco just happens to be playing there, and he cannot come up with it. His throw goes into second, and it's offline, and standing at second is Chu.
That ball had slice on it, really moving away from Gregor Blanco. They had played him over towards the line, and despite that, with the slice, he just couldn't get the right route to it. Take a look at our X-Mo, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer, as that ball just kept working its way away from him. And a very sure-handed Gregor Blanco could not come up with it this time.
So, Johnny Vandermeer. Okay, you don't have to worry about this one.
Yeah, pretty much the no-hitter threat is over.
Robinson with a bunt. It's a good bunt. Sandoval better hurry. Nope. So how's this one starting out?
Well, can we start over? One thing about Derek Robinson is he can flat out pick him up and put him down. And even in a sacrifice situation, if there's any hesitation, he's going to put some heat on you. And an easy call for Tom Hallion, the first base umpire. It's 2 hitters up, 2 hits.
So here's Joey Votto. Votto lifts this one high and foul and out of play.
And watch him go. Just flat out burner. 4 flat.
Yeah, that's from the standstill. Votto hitting .317, 15 home runs, 44 driven in. Out of play down the left field line. It's 0-2. Votto against Lincecum, 4 for 11. He's got a double. He's got a lifetime home run. Young man who brought his glove, and he ends up with the souvenir. That's the way it should be.
He's a Gigantes fan.
Chop foul. First off-speed pitch we've seen from Lincecum, and Votto just got a piece. It remains at 0-2.
Right into the strikeout mode. But they would definitely give up a run to get a double play. And I'm really surprised we haven't seen Robinson try to steal.
Fouled again. Same pitch.
I think the reason they're keeping Robinson second base or first base is just to open up that hole on the right side for the left-handed hitting Votto.
Oh, 2 to Votto. Got him.
Absolute split the uprights with a fastball. And look at the exaggerated target. We talked about the wide zone. And Ron Coppola saying, Joey Votto, grab some pine meat. And that's a big strikeout.
Well, now the Giants can play for the double play, although Phillips runs pretty well.
Phillips on the year has hit into 11 double plays. That's second most on the Reds team.
Now you might see Derek Robinson take off.
Lincecum not quick out of the stretch. It really does put a lot of pressure on Buster Posey to throw that runner out. Posey very quick out of the squat. One of the fastest release times in the entire National League for a catcher. The time he touches it, the time he gets it down to second base.
And Robinson goes, and he will steal it without a throw.
Now with the runner at third base, you really have to concentrate on blocking the ball as Posey did.
That kind of puts you in a bad spot, doesn't it? You're ready to get up and throw. So it's 1-0 to Phillips. True now at third, Robinson at second. One ball and one strike.
Phillips, I think, as a hitter, one of his strengths is he covers the knee-high location well. He's a good breaking ball hitter.
Crawford and Scudero are playing deep on the infield. Belt is now moving back. And he gets Phillips to swing again, and it's 1-2.
I mean, he has been locked in this groove now for about the last 6 starts. And the 13 strikeout, no hit performance, he had all of his specialty weapons, the slider, the curveball, the split, they were working. And he has picked up with that same rhythm that he had in San Diego tonight, because as it has become a stress inning, he is making some very quality pitches with those specialty pitches.
Tap to Lincecum, and now Lincecum is going to go after Chu, and he'll tag Chu. How about that?
Well, that's as good as a strikeout. Split, he goes down, about ready to throw, and he sees that Chu stops and does a smart thing. He runs him back to the lesser bag. I think had he have run him all the way back to the bag, they might have been able to get a double play. And there you see Mike Berry, the third base coach, screaming at Derek Robinson not to go back to second. Good to see Mike Berry back in action. Back at the third base coaching box after battling cancer.
Here's Jay Bruce, and Bruce takes a strike, and it's 0-1.
Good changeup. There's Mike Berry.
Bruce hitting at .269, 19 home runs, 66 driven in. He's 1 for 5 lifetime against Tim Lincecum. Fouls this one out of play, and it's now 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes.
Tried to split him on the outside corner. When he was in his heyday winning Cy Young awards, he always had that attitude like, I got this. He never was really afraid of any situation because he knew he could strike you out. And he's getting some of that back.
This will be the 20th pitch coming up for Lincecum here in the first. Phillips goes, and it's down low, and there's a bluff, another bluff. So give Phillips his second steal of the year.
Not a whole lot that Buster Posey can do off those. In a 1-2 count, Lincecum's thinking about that guy in the box, as he should. Throws a split down below the zone. It bounces. And again, with a runner at third base, the priority is not to throw that runner out at second, but to block that ball and not let that runner from third score.
In a way, it's 3-2. On deck is the right-handed hitting Todd Frazier. So Lincecum doesn't have to come into the zone at all if he chooses not to. And the walk.
Did not miss by much. And they have exaggerated that target. They may have been able to pick it up. Great eye shown by Jay Bruce to get that walk.
Here's Frazier hitting .240. He's got 10 home runs, 43 runs batted in. First pitch is up high, 1 ball and no strikes. Robinson at third, Phillips at second, Bruce is the base runner at first. Center field. Torres can't get it. And it bounces off the top of the wall, and that's going to clear the bases. And just like that, the Reds lead 3-0.
And of all the pitches that Lincecum has thrown in this inning, this was the one big mistake to location. Fastball right out over the plate at the belt. And Frazier puts a charge into it.
So here's Cozart. Cozart hitting .235. And he takes down low. 7 home runs, 34 driven in. And a strike to make it 1-2. Lincecum worked so hard to get to that spot. Pretty good take by Cozart. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. No swing. It's 3-2.
Close. Did he go? Oh yeah, he went a whole lot more than Shin-Soo Choo.
Foul. So Lincecum with 30 pitches here in the first inning.
Well, and he's got to eat up some innings tonight. It's important that he goes deep.
Scudero says he's got it, and he does, and that'll end the inning. A 3 spot on the board for the Reds. Giants are coming up. Lineup. It'll go like this. It'll be Blanco, Scudero, and then Buster Posey. Pablo Sandoval, his numbers against the Reds lifetime very good. Pencil hit 5th, and it's Bell, Torres, and Crawford. Lincecum will pitch and bat 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Cincinnati Reds is the right-handed veteran Bronson Arroyo. Arroyo, 36 years old, 6'3", 200-pounder out of Key West, Florida. And this is what he has done in 19 starts, 8-7, 3.42 ERA, 69 strikeouts, 123 innings. He is a finesse guy. He's not going to impress you with velocity.
But what he will give you is 4 different pitches from about 4 different arm angles, which means it's like 16 different types of movement he can throw at you. Velocity, mid to high 80s, curveball, slider, changeup. And again, he'll drop down all the way to a sidearm at times, just give you a lot of different looks. Never give into a fastball. Defense behind Bronson Arroyo tonight will set it up this way for the Reds. Starting in left field, from left to right, Robinson, Chu, and Bruce. Cozart and Frazier on the left side. Phillips and Votto on the right side. Devin Mesoraco will be in the squad, putting down the signs. 3 pretty good arms. Actually, now with Heisey out, that's not true. 2 really good arms in center and right for the Reds. Robinson on left is about average.
So Blanco looks at a first pitch strike. He's hitting .270, a home run, 28 driven in. Let's put it this way. The Giants have just been frustrated by Arroyo. And that's what he does. Votto will spin and turn to the bag. 1 out. And if you look at Blanco, what does he look? He looks like he's
frustrated.
Yeah.
Well, finesse guys can do that, and Arroyo's been around a long time. I mean, he's in his 12th year at the big league level, and he knows how to read hitter types, swing types, and he can apply a certain type of movement to it. Mixed speeds, mixed location, that outstanding command of his stuff.
Curveball to Scudero. He takes it for a strike. He's hitting .309, the All-Star. 5 for 22 against Bronson Arroyo.
A very unique leg lift. He pulls it up almost, well, actually higher than parallel to the ground. And you kind of follow that at times when you're in the batter's box. High 3/4 release. But that isn't anything you should count on getting in regards to the release, because he'll drop it down there at sidearm. I mean, he's fun to watch because he has uncanny command from all those different arm angles. And look at, he throws anything at any time. Whatever's working, he's going with it.
Runs that fastball at 87 inside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I was talking about Javier Lopez, how he can throw from different angles, and how when he's getting himself ready in spring training, it takes him a little longer because of all the different release points he has to deal with. Same thing for Arroyo.
Two and two. Hit out into right center field for Chu. But it'll be Bruce who calls off Chu. 2 outs. And that'll bring to the plate Buster Posey. .323 for Buster Posey. 14 home runs. He's an RBI shy of 60. Got a floater for a strike, and it's 0-1.
It really was a floater. And he'll throw change curveballs at 60 miles an hour.
Couple of hits for Buster Posey and 8 at bats in his career against Arroyo. There's a strike, 1 and 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Giants are 2-1 on the homestand. They've won 5 of their last 7. But out of the West, once their schedule gets out of the West, they haven't been very good. They're 6-13 against teams in the National League Central. They are 6 games over 500 at home. And this is lifted into left center field. That's going to be a base hit. I suppose he will stop at first. And that's a 1-out or a 2-out single, and here's Sandoval. See the breakdown. Giants in the West, and then against the rest. So they, without a doubt, if they have any shot at this, they got to just start playing a lot better outside the West.
Well, next 33 games, they're going to get their chance.
Here's Sandoval. Sandoval takes low. He's only had 3 hits against Arroyo in 14 at bats. These numbers are only during the regular season. Giants have had other at bats against Arroyo in postseason. But they do not include those in our stat sheets.
They do not.
And if you really want to get somebody riled up, just ask John Miller about that.
Please.
John might lose his mind. Way off the line at third is Frazier. Sandoval attacks this fastball and fouls it out of play. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Giants took one on the chin yesterday. Madison Bumgarner pitched great. Giants picked up only 5 hits. Sandoval had 1 of those 5. Foul again on a fastball. Bumgarner went 7, allowed 5 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts.
She brought 2 gloves. Now that's a gamer, babe. Oh yeah, she knows how to use it too.
2-2 to Sandoval. And Sandoval stays alive. Yeah, I don't know how he hit that. Mazzaracco tried to get it before it went foul.
How did he hit that thing?
I think it bounced.
All right, here we go. Looked like a sidearm forkball or something, really about 6 inches above the ground. Ball bounces up and hits him in the boiler, and that's a foul ball. Arroyo trying to climb the ladder, go up above the strike zone.
Two balls, 2 strikes. And the ball's seen 3 fastballs. He's fouled them all off. This one he'll put in play, and it's going to be popped up to Frazier. And that'll end the inning. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Second inning coming up. It's 3-0 Reds.
Giants baseball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit HEPINS.com.
Old-fashioned doubleheader tomorrow. Giants and Reds. First game at 4. The special ticket offer for tomorrow night is in honor of Tim Lincecum's no-hitter. So tonight, for every strikeout that a Giants pitcher throws, the Giants will take $1 off a view-level seat for tomorrow's doubleheader. So go to sfgiants.com as this is driven to left, and it's 4-0. Go to sfgiants.com/Timmy after tonight's game and use the promo code Timmy to purchase your discounted seats. 2 games for the price of 1. Giants Reds, 4 p.m. and 7:15. Home run number 5 for Mesoraco.
Yeah, he beats him on a challenge fastball. Just again, pretty much the same location that Frazier hit the double of the center field with the bases loaded at. And Mesoraco showing Tim Lincecum he's got plenty of pop.
So here's Arroyo, and Arroyo takes a strike. Foul back. 1-2. Arroyo's 3 for 31. On deck is Chu. Arroyo not biting. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Talked about the importance of Lincecum eating up some innings in tonight's ball game because of the doubleheader tomorrow.
Should be playable for Belt. So Arroyo retired. Let's check in with Amy G. Amy.
All right, guys, you're talking about that double header. Well, Bruce Bochy named Eric Surkamp the starter of the first game of those 2 tomorrow. Eric's with the team right now. He'll officially be activated tomorrow, and because they have a double header, gentlemen, they get to expand their roster to 26 men, so no corresponding move. Now, this is Eric's first major league start since having Tommy John surgery almost a year to the date ago. He said he's a little bit nervous and very excited, guys.
I'm sure he is. Thanks, Amy. As Chu takes down low, 1 ball and no strikes. Hit well to left. Blanco back. It is gone. And another home run. And it's Chu who hits this one, and it's 5-0. And that's his 14th. The Reds are making this place look like Great American Ballpark.
And that's not easy to do. But an opposite field swing of the bat, and that's going to bring Dave Righetti out to talk to Lincecum. Right about now, Lincecum's going, what the heck is going on? Chu going to be a free agent in the offseason, and he is going to be one of the premier free agents in the offseason. Backspin, the high fastball, and 3 times Lincecum has made mistakes up with the fastball, and 3 times the Reds have made him pay for it.
Triple and 2 home runs. Double and 2 home runs. Just seemed like a triple. Robinson with a bunt single in the first. He takes a pitch wide. 1 ball and no strikes. Hunter Pence will move over and put it away on the line drive. And here's Joey Votto. Votto struck out looking in the first. Votto with 75 walks in 86 strikeouts. That's a belt tie strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. Votto to the backstop, 1-2. Got him. Well, Lincecum's got Votto's number. 5-0 Cincinnati. Well, it happened 75 years ago. Johnny Vandermeer on June 11th and 15th in 1938 became the only major league pitcher to throw back-to-back no-hit, no-run games. Pete Rose on why this will never be broken. Well, Pete says, because you've got to pitch 3. No one is going to pitch 3 no-hitters in a row. I don't care who he is. He's right.
He is right.
It ain't going to happen.
That's the unbreakable record right there.
Here's Pence, who takes a strike. Pence hitting .263, 14 home runs, 49 driven in. And it's now 0-2.
Man, that's really what Bronson Arroyo wants you to do. He wants you to chase. He'll throw a bunch of butterflies at you.
Tap foul. Well, you want to know maybe 5 other records that won't be broken?
Well, Cy Young's 511s. That ain't going to happen. Nolan Ryan's 5,714 strikeouts. That ain't going to happen. The hitting streak, no chance. Pete Rose, 1,406 stolen bases.
Pence out swinging, 1 out. And here's Belt.
First strikeout for Arroyo. I don't think Orel Hershiser's record of consecutive scoreless innings is going to ever get broken. But I said the same thing about Don Drysdale's record that Hershiser broke.
Here's Belt. Belt hitting .267, 10 home runs, 38 driven in. And he looks at a strike. It's 0-2.
Just flop over strike after strike from 3 or 4 different arm angles, and he really can frustrate you. Not a comfortable at bat.
Just outside, 1-2.
I don't think that was outside. I just think that Ron Kolpa turned his head too soon.
Same spot, 2-2. Andres Torres is on deck. Got him. Well, took too many close ones.
They got him on a front door sinker. Gave up on it. Came right back on the inside corner. Talked about Kolpa strike zone. It's a good one for pitchers. It's a big one.
Well, that's a strike.
Well, it is when it's caught. I don't think it went across the plate, but it definitely was in the glove. And if he set that glove on the outside corner, on the inside corner, then yeah, it was.
Here's Torres. Torres takes wide, 1 ball and no strikes.
Arroyo likes to work a quick pace too. Get in that batter's box, you better be ready because he's coming at you. He's one of the great getaway day pitchers in baseball. I mean, there's no Jimmy jacking around. It's get it and go.
There's a base hit to right. Second hit for the Giants. And it comes with 2 outs here in the second inning. Crawford at 269, 1 for 7 against Bronson Arroyo. And he looks at a fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1. Pretty good looking carving station right there.
Yeah, that's some lean corned beef right there. That's raised on that stuff.
Pitch is just wide, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was going to cut that basket in half for me and you.
Well, hey, you never know. I tell you what, if you can't find something good to eat in this ballpark,
yeah, don't show up.
Yeah, don't even come, because there's just too many great opportunities to get something good.
Stop somewhere and have a banana. Crawford rolls it foul.
And it's great. I mean, a lot of people who come a lot consider themselves veterans here, and they know this ballpark pretty well, but there's surprises around this ballpark. There's great places to get food on every level.
Every level.
Every level.
Yeah, take a walk.
Including out there behind the scoreboard in center field. There's just a ton of places out there.
Let's check out the upper deck. Crawford out of play. It stays at 1-2.
Yep. Hauled out some sourdough, fill it up with clam chowder, pickles. Oh. It's all good.
Crawford hooks one down the line. Foul.
Ran a little flat slider from a low arm angle and Brandon Crawford in the protect mode put a pretty good sting into it. This guy could have been somebody.
Could have been somebody.
All he had to do was bring a glove. All right, let's see. Check it out. Oh, my Lord.
Crawford fights off another pitch.
All right, here we go. I got this one. Yeah, I got it. Oh. It just hit him in a bad spot.
Oh, my goodness.
The hand.
So Crawford, pretty good battle with Bronson Arroyo. And in the end, Arroyo strikes him out. He strikes out the side. Third inning coming up. It's 5-0 Cincinnati.
Is brought to you by the Solar Company. Not just any solar company, the solar company.
Well, the Reds have jumped out in front with 3 in the first, 2 in the second. Brandon Phillips is going to lead things off. Phillips reached on a fielder's choice in the first. And he rolls this one foul right in front of Dave Greshner. We will not say ugly finder.
No, you can't say that about the trainer.
Because he's been working very hard all year. Mini ugly finder, but that's about it. Out of play, 0-2.
90-mile-an-hour fastball challenge. Yeah, you can't get on the guy that might be trying to resuscitate you on the plane.
Yeah, you're right. He might walk by and say, look, I'm a little busy right now. So that's why it's just a mini ugly finder. Phillips will tap back to Lincecum for the second time. I'm sure Mr. Phillips is into this one. Here's Jay Bruce.
Somebody's got to make the outs. Come on.
Bruce walked and scored the 3rd run in the first inning. Takes a fastball high, 1 ball and no strikes.
Slight shift in the infield. The left side of the infield really plays Bruce to pull.
by everybody.
Whistling. It was whistling.
It had something on it. 2-1 to Jay Bruce. All right, there's the young lady that ended up with it.
Brings your glove, gamer babe. Come on.
Driven deep to right. Pence is looking up, and it is gone. And that's the third home run of the night for the Reds, and they lead 6-0.
Well, you go back and take a look at the bases loaded double from Frazier and the 3 home runs. And they're all just about the same location. They're all up. That's a split finger fastball that just kind of hung up there above the belt. And you can't do that to these guys. That is just a great swing from a power guy. In Lincecum's last 7 starts combined, he only gave up 2 home runs total. Tonight, he's given up 3.
Here's Frazier, who really broke their backs in the first inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and Frazier doubled over the head of Torres to knock in all 3. Sandoval from third, 2 outs. And that'll bring up Cozart. Cozart popped out. He's 0 for 1. This ball is high. 1 ball and no strikes.
Just a bit outside. Last year, Cozart, in his first full year, hit 246. Had 15 homers, just 35 RBIs, did a lot of hitting at the top of the lineup. But he definitely will let out some shaft. Up and down this Reds lineup, and they've got plenty of pop.
And this is rolled foul. This is a night where, right now, none for Wynn.
Well, it's a good night to hit, and you're actually seeing some carry to right field. Don't normally see that anytime, but when the wind stops, this ballpark gets smaller.
Cozart stays alive.
Been very humid day today too. Batting practice was fun to watch. Balls were jumping.
And a full count to Cozart. To come with pitch number 63 is fouled off the backstop. And fouled again. So Lincecum going at him. Reds have won 3 of their last 4. Their last series against the Pirates at home, they won the first 2 games in the series. Pirates beat them yesterday. This is hit into the hole for a base hit. And that'll bring up Mesoraco. Just nothing very crisp tonight.
Well, and that's going to be the first question that gets asked after the game. Is do you think that the pitch count of 148 pitches in your last outing, the no-hitter in San Diego, had anything to do with you being flat tonight? That's going to be the first question, and it may be the third, fifth, sixth, and seventh question.
Mesoraco saw one pitch and hit it out. For Mesoraco, that was his 5th of the year.
George Cantos heating up.
And a strike. No balls and 1 strike.
Well, I like that pitch. You think back to his last at bat, he got a first pitch fastball and he knocked it out. So you come back as a pitcher, you cannot let him take away that pitch. He goes right back, makes a better location pitch, but he throws a fastball right through him and he doesn't even swing.
And he goes around. It's 0-2.
A lot of work tonight out of the stretch for Lincecum.
Oh, 2. And another toss to first. Lincecum actually bringing it pretty good to Belt. Andres Torres barely has to move, and that'll end the inning. A home run by Jay Bruce, his 20th of the season. And the Giants have lots of work to do. 6-0 Reds.
An assortment of merchandise commemorating Tim Lincecum's no-hitter against the Padres on Saturday, July 13th. And merchandise includes T-shirts for every Giants fan, commemorative pins, pennants, and photos. So visit your local Giants dugout store to purchase this exclusive merchandise. 7th no-hitter in San Francisco Giants history, 15th no-hitter in Giants history. Well,
There it is.
it is a very cool logo, and it is a nice little reminder of an extremely special night for Tim Lincecum.
Might wear it tonight. Might wear it home.
Might wear it to bed. Arroyo is just putting on a clinic with different looks. It's just, it really is impressive what he can do.
Worst guy to face with a big lead.
Yeah,
or down by a lot of runs. Worse.
He can just completely jerk you around. But he looks like he's making stuff up as he's out there.
And Lincecum is caught looking.
Let's take a look at the pitch location. On all 3 home runs, and they have one thing in common. They're all up. And against this Reds team, they think home run. They like to swing hard when they have count leverage. And they're all capable of hitting it out. The 3 home runs off of Lincecum tonight. It's the 3rd time that it's happened to him in his career. And it ties for the most home runs hit off of him in one game.
Blanco takes a strike. Blanco bounced out in the first. Scudero to follow.
Those are the culprits. Chu, Mesoraco, and Bruce.
And Arroyo will throw out Blanco by a half a step.
Nice play. He realized he didn't have time for an exchange, glove hand to bare hand. Just speared it with his throwing hand and just winged it over from the side. Barehander from the side, no problem. Nice play. First time we've seen Blanco go to the right side of the infield like that. That's a bit unusual because a right-handed pitcher will fall off towards the first base side. Normally you want to go to the other side of the field.
Scudero hit a fly ball to right field in the first. And the strike is 0-2. Forget about a lot of 0-1s. There's been a ton of 0-2s. Beautiful night. Hit on the ground to Cozart, and that'll end the inning. Top of the 4th coming up. It'll be Arroyo to lead things off.
All right, time now to ask our AT&T trivia question. If you think you know the answer, tweet it to CSN Giants. The question tonight: who was the last pitcher to throw 2 no-hitters in the same regular season? What you think about that?
I think I will. Here's Bronson Arroyo. And the first pitch is high. Arroyo popped out to Belt in the second. On the ground to Sandoval. Pablo Sandoval has it. On the second pitch, Arroyo is retired. And here's Chu.
Yeah, nice 2-pitch out. Quick outs. Any out you get in 3 pitches or less is a quick out. And that's a good thing. That's what you want to lead your team in as a pitcher. You want to lead your team in quick outs. And there's an art to getting it. Learning how to do it.
Chu is doubled and homered, both hits to the opposite field.
Chris Spire fan tonight.
Andres Torres moving over. Has to be a relative.
Chris Spire, Cincinnati Reds bench coach. Yeah.
More relatives.
Well, Chris Spire from Alameda, he could have a thundering herd out here of friends and relatives.
Yeah. Or grandkids or kids.
There's Chris. One of the best teammates I ever played with right there. Good baseball man. You know, the best thing about Chris Spire was when you played with Chris, you got better because you were going to learn something. Still in great shape.
Robinson rolls it into right field for a 2-out single. Votto has struck out twice. The only 2 strikeouts that Lincecum has, both times looking. More of Cantos as he leaves the dugout. Votto with a swing and a miss.
Well, whatever Tim Lincecum is selling, Joey Votto's been buying. Let's go with 2 strikeouts, and both Votto, both called strike 3s with fastballs away. You saw Cantos head back down to the bullpen. Bruce Bochy is not going to let Tim Lincecum have another long inning.
One and 2.
You can see the Gumby shoulders on Votto. He thought he had a pretty good pitch to hit there. Not happy with himself missing that one. We have a winner.
And a base hit to right field. Robinson will dig to third. And the hitter will be Brandon Phillips. 9 hits in 4 innings for the Reds. Phillips is bounced back to Lincecum twice. Bruce Bochy may have just sent out Posey to give Cantos a few more pitches so that he can get him out.
You're right. He may have thrown his last pitch tonight. It has not been there tonight for Lincecum. And here comes the skipper.
So Cantos is going to come in. Lincecum was 2 quick outs, and then Robinson and Votto both with base hits. So this fan base loves that kid. When it's time for a change, think Speedy oil change and tune-up. Your oil change tune-up from Smog Experts. We'll be back.
Of the San Francisco Giants. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
6-0 Reds. George Contos on the hill.
Take a look at those numbers for Contos. 42nd time that he has come in. He's pretty excited. He's got a new pitch now. He's throwing a cutter, and which is really good. As young pitchers, that's what you have to do up here. You have to try new grips, new movements. Contos, normally you see a fastball that's low 90s and then a hard slider, but now he's going to come up with a cutter. He's throwing more two-seam fastballs, especially the lefties.
Oh, 0-2.
Good hard slider, and that's the bread and butter. And that is a perfect pitch. Started on the outside corner, late break, hard snap away. And Phillips will chase. I mean, he'll follow that slider off the plate. But don't hang it.
That's a fair ball down the right field line. Robinson will score, and they'll hold Votto at third. So now the ball gets away, and the throw home is not in time. So Votto does indeed score.
Well, this 4-game set with the Reds is not starting out very well for the Giants. Nice 2-strike hitting from Phillips. And just a botched relay from Brandon Belt. An error on Brandon Belt.
I think it's safe to say that Giants fans can be pretty understanding. But if you start to kick it around,
yeah,
and that look, the same holds true for that guy in the dugout. You play the game right, you bust your tail, but if you start doing really stupid stuff, he will not stand for it.
He will take a bite out of you, no doubt. thing about Bruce Bochy, and I think all Giants coaches feel the same way. This fan base deserves a good effort. And you as a player have to take on the responsibility. The Giants do. I mean, we're not saying that they do not. They do. They've always done that. And there are a few games that are going to go against you. But you got to pull it together.
Here's the 1-2 to Jay Bruce. And that gets away, and Phillips will put on the brakes.
It looked like he was throwing a changeup or some kind of a pitch. It was not a slider. It may have been a sinker. But he really threw a scud up there that gets past Posey, hits the hand of Ron Copa, the plate umpire.
Two and two. Down low, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls and 2 strikes. And he got him. And that'll end the inning. 2 runs on the board. It's 8-0 Cincinnati.
Needs no introduction. Jeffrey, the Hackman Leonard, you were a great Giant, 81-88, but I think maybe your best moments are right now and what you're working on. Tell us why you're here tonight.
I'm here to raise awareness of breast cancer and give special support to all the single parents of America or the world, to help them out like right now. You know, a lot of the other foundations are set for, the research and all that. That's fine, but there are a lot of cancer patients that are suffering like right now, and the single parents, can't make ends meet. They need rides back and forth to chemo. They need their house clean, things done around the house. So that's the way to remember this.
And the reason he's involved, folks, is his daughter, Christine, at 24, was diagnosed with breast cancer. She's now 27. She's still fighting, and she's a single parent herself. You came out here tonight, and there was a special package for folks that wanted to donate money to your foundation, oneflapdown.org. Tell us a little bit about what you did before the game.
Well, we had a triple alley, and the people purchased a nice package deal, and they got 2 bobbleheads and myself. So it's kind of funny, but it's for a good cause. They got all their food, all their drink. They had a chance to watch batting practice. It was a really special time for all those fans, who took the extra step.
We need to see some one flap downs tonight from the Giants.
A lot of them, yes, we do.
All right, oneflapdown.org, and our thoughts are with you and your family. Breast Cancer Awareness Night here at the park, guys.
All right. Heckman, an old teammate. Here's Sandoval.
That first pitch up there, kind of a balloon thrown across the plate by Bronson Arroyo. And he can keep throwing them slower. Double O, Hackman. Played the game hard.
Two and one to Sandoval. Sandoval popped out in the first. Fouls this one out of play.
Take a look at some of the footage of Jeff Leonard. And what a series he had in postseason 1987, the MVP of the NLCS with the Cardinals. He lit it up.
Sandoval to Votto, and Votto will go to the bag. 2 outs.
All right, time now to ask and answer our AT&T trivia question. The question tonight: who was the last pitcher to throw 2 no-hitters in the same regular season? First survey said, well, it was Nolan Ryan. Did it in 1973.
Here's Pence. Pence struck out in the second. Pence takes a strike. Pence has ownage on Arroyo. 12 for 37, 4 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs. Out of play.
And these are the pitchers that threw 2 no-hitters in one season. Roy Halladay had one in the regular season, one in the playoffs against the Cincinnati Reds in 2010. Nolan Ryan, Virgil Trucks, Allie Reynolds, and Johnny Vandermeer. Vandermeer did it back-to-back starts. 1938.
Outside to Pence. It's 2-2. Got him. And that's for the second time. Through 4 innings, all Cincinnati. It's the Reds 8 and the Giants nothing. Giants history. On July 22nd, familiar name, Jack Clark went 5 for 5 as he tagged the Pirates for 5 hits. The 5 Jack Clark singles marked the Giants' first 5-hit performance since Terry Whitfield did it in July of 1978. We were there. Jack Clark, he used to own the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yes, he did.
And
I think Jack was originally from Pittsburgh.
And what was that sign when we'd leave the bus after we'd play in Pittsburgh? The big Clark bar sign.
Yeah, where they made the Clark bars. And we all thought that he kind of owned it.
They put it up there just for him. Guillermo Quiroz is now doing the catching. I'd give the writers something to chew on. Lincecum and Posey such good pals now that when one goes, so does the other.
Absolutely. The Jack Clark, I think, was born in Pittsburgh. He grew up in Glendora, Southern California. And the way I know that, we were both drafted in 1973. He by the Giants. I was drafted by the Cubs. And I got drafted out of Cal Poly after my junior year. Jack was drafted out of Glendora High School or Gladstone. I forget, one of the high schools down there. And I notified my head coach at Cal Poly, Bertie Harris, that I'm not going to come back and play my senior year. I'm going to sign. He said, "Will you do me a favor? Will you call this guy? His name is Jack Clark, and give him a sales pitch."
That's a base hit for Frazier. Frazier's going for 2, and he'll make it. So how'd that sales pitch go?
Well, it kind of went like this. I said, "Hi, Jack. My name is Mike Krukow. I'm with Cal Poly. I understand that Cal Poly is interested in you being a pitcher, and I just want to tell you it's blah, 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 blah." And he said, "Nah, I think I'm going to play professional baseball." So end of story, right? Now fast forward about 4 years later, I'm coming into San Francisco with the Cubs, and who comes driving out of the Giants players parking lot in a blue Rolls Royce? Jack Clark.
Strike to Cozart. Did you stop and say, "Jack, I'm not sure you made the right decision"?
I said, if you listen to me, you'd be teaching school in Glendora right now. I think he made a wise career decision.
Hey, my first month with the Giants, he flipped me the keys to his orange 2-door Mercedes. He said, "I drive this around for a while." I said, "Jack, I'm good." He said, No, you drive it around for a while." I said, "Well, what's a while?" He goes, "Well, until you're tired of it."
It could be 10 years, Jack. And by the way, I think he would have been a good teacher in Glendora.
Me too.
I think the happiest Jack Clark's ever been in baseball is when he was a hitting coach.
Cozart singled in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2. This is out of play. It stays at 1 and 2. Well, I'll say this. We may not have played on a lot of those good Giants teams, but we met some really good characters. And you saw one in Jeffrey Leonard, and the other in Jack Clark, who we've talked about. They were 2 good ones. Hit out into center field for Andres Torres. Torres will put it away. Let's check in with Amy G. Amy, what do you got?
Dwayne, let's take a minute and brag about your partner, because he was talking about Cal Poly. I've got some stuff about Cal Poly and Mike Krukow. A Giants fan recently sent me a picture of his jersey on the outfield wall where Cal Poly plays baseball. Retired number 21. Mike played for Cal Poly 71 to 73 before he was drafted by the Cubs. And check this out. He still holds the record for earned run average in a career with a 1.94, and he's tied for most shutouts in a season. 5. Mike Krukow, you're a stud. That was really fun to get that picture. Thanks to the Giants fan. It was fun.
I was 18 years old in that picture.
Here's Mesoraco swings and misses.
I had more pimples than whiskers.
Amy, did they talk about a degree or number of classes he went to or any of that stuff?
This is Cal Poly. Are you kidding?
I didn't think so. No.
You had to go to Class A.
There's a hanging slider for a strike, 0-2. You don't have to lie anymore. Your kids are out of school.
They all have degrees. All 5.
Into center field. That'll be a base hit. Here comes Frazier. Here's the throw home. It's going to be cut off. And it's 9-0. You see these Reds really leaning out over the plate and just stroking things back up the middle.
Well, I mean, that's the one thing that George Contos is going to have to learn, is that when you get one-sided, and for the most part he throws fastballs away and he throws his slider away to right-handers, they're going to dive out there. And you have to be able to throw strikes with that fastball on both sides of the plate. Just so if they're going to look fastball, they have to guess in or out. They can't just know that it's going to be on that outside part of the plate.
Loop to right, and Scudero will make the catch. A quick toss to first, not in time. Nice play on the catch by Scudero, and that'll bring up Chu.
I mean, you could go through the minor league systems and you can get by with 2 really good pitches. But when you get up here, you start playing against the same guys year in and year out. That doesn't necessarily happen in the minor leagues. I mean, you'll cross paths with guys if you come up in your team and his team are in the same league at certain levels. But when you get to the big leagues, you play against the same guys, and they get a book on you, and they will look for consistencies. And they'll pick them apart if you get consistent. If they can look and know that you're going to throw something to some side of the plate. Good fastball inside corner there. And it really is, to a degree, very true when they say your learning really begins when you get to the big league level. But you have to make adjustments. They're making them to you.
1-2. Derek Robinson is on deck. We're in the 5th. Down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Reds have scored in every inning.
And that'll end the inning on the strikeout. So a run on 2 hits, 1 left. It'll be Belt to lead things off.
seal at Virgin American Day on August 10th. You can enter at sfgiants.com/Virgin Sweeps, and you can win an opportunity to throw out the ceremonial first pitch, VIP seats in the Virgin American Loft, or you can ride around with Lou on the Celebrity Ride. Also, anyone who enters will receive a code for 15% off a fall flight on Virgin America, the official airline of the San Francisco Giants. That's sfgiants.com/Virgin Sweeps. There's the Virgin Loft.
Yeah, we should do a game there sometime.
I'm in. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. But every time we mention it, people start looking the other way.
Yeah, like we're talking in a different language.
Yep. Here's Belt, who takes wide, 1 ball and no strikes. We used to have a little soccer around here, but not anymore. Belt hits a high fly ball to right. It's Jay Bruce parked underneath this one.
You're looking at the flags out in right field, and one of the really rare winds that you'll see cutting across the field from home plate to the foul line right field. I mean, that wind is blowing out. I mean, that happens maybe twice a year, maybe. You talk about how hard it is to hit balls out to right field, especially for right-handed hitters. Not right now.
Torres hits one sharply on the ground, but Phillips on a nice backhand. He will throw Torres out. 2 outs. And that'll bring up Crawford.
That's 9 in a row retired now by Arroyo.
Cantos comes out. He's on deck. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Remember the doubleheader tomorrow. And one of the concerns that everybody has around here is that either people just don't know or they don't believe that it is indeed 2 games for the price of 1. And the second game will start a half an hour after the first game. And the first game is going to start at 4:05. So if you go to sfgiants.com, look, check it out. Everybody's in for the 2-for-1, right? 2 burgers for the price of 1, 2 steaks for the price of 1. I'm in.
Yeah, 2-for-1. I'm in.
The 1-2 to Crawford. And Crawford takes low and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Next pitch for Arroyo will be number 70. I think you can play a game. It's just which is going to be a higher number, the pitch count or the velocity on the pitch.
To the back foot of Crawford, it's 3-2.
Yeah, that was 90. That's been the highest velocity he's thrown tonight. Really has slowed things down, pitch count wise.
Tapped over Arroyo, but Phillips can't get to it. And Crawford will have an infield hit.
Well, Bronson Arroyo, 6'3" tall, just about an inch short. It would have been a spectacular play had Phillips been able to make it with the bare hand. It was a do or die. So for Brandon Crawford, a base hit. Thank you very much.
So here's Cantos. Contos has had one at bat. He's 0 for 1 on the season. Gregor Blanco's on deck. One ball and one strike on the foul ball, lined out of play.
2 pitches, 2 breaking balls. How about that for respect? You get one at bat a year and he's hooking you to death.
And that's off the end of the bat, foul.
And there was a fastball.
And Contos watches that spin one in there for a called strike. 6 strikeouts for Arroyo. Well, Friday, July 26th is social media night here at AT&T Park. Your special event package includes a ticket to the game against the Cubs, access to the social media night pregame party, and those social media parties are, and a collector's edition Marco Scudo rain globe depicting the final moments of the 2012 NLCS Game 7. Go to sfgiants.com/special events. Remember that media night pregame party. Whoa.
I'm in. I'm going.
Whoa. Contos to face Robinson, Votto, and Phillips. Doesn't look like it's going to be Votto. It looks like it's going to be Jack Hanahan who's on deck. Both managers getting ready for the doubleheader. Which is tomorrow. Robinson takes high. He's 2 for 3. And there's a strike as Contos comes in with a fastball. Miami beat the Rockies tonight in Colorado 3-1.
Much different Miami team now than what you saw in April and May.
And tight 2-1. The place where the Giants played horrible in Toronto. Well, that wasn't the case tonight for the Dodgers. They beat the Blue Jays 14-5.
Dodgers 4-0 on this road trip coming out of the break.
There's a base hit, number 3 in the game for Robinson.
How about Robinson's night? He wasn't even supposed to play. A late addition to the lineup, and now he's got three knocks. Well, the NBC Bay Area Investigative Unit, led by Tony Kowaleski, are an award-winning team of 14 journalists dedicated to holding the powerful accountable. The investigative unit on NBC Bay Area. We investigate.
Here's Hanahan. He's pinch hitting and hitting .215. Pinch hitting for Votto.
Oh, with the lopsided score right now, you might see both managers start to do this more and more because of the doubleheader tomorrow. This has become a maintenance game. Buster Posey out, now Joey Votto out.
It sails into the club level, 1 ball and 1 strike. A lot of ladies catching foul balls tonight.
Well, gamer babes are gamer babes. They bring their gloves, they bring their good attitude. Never be surprised when they walk away with a foul ball. Psyched.
Santos with pitch number 34, and that sails high. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Lincecum win 3 2/3. Outside corner, 2-2.
Nice fastball there, 2-seamer.
Foul back, so it stays at 2-2. His Torres is on deck. It would be Cesar is Torres.
Dusty Baker coming back into the Bay Area. Got a nice round of applause with the announcement of the lineups and the announcement of the Reds manager tonight. A lot of friends in the Bay Area, deservedly. Did a great job here as a manager for 10 years.
Two and two to Jack Hanahan. Three and two.
This is Dusty Baker's 20th year as a manager at the big league level. 10 with San Francisco, 4 with the Cubs, and this is season number 6 with Cincinnati. .526 win percentage, 3-time manager of the year. Just one thing missing on that resume.
It's going to be a souvenir down the left field line. Oh, so close. And don't we know?
Yes, indeed. Close with the Giants, close with the Cubs. And has got a good ball club this year in Cincinnati. He and his staff have done a nice job.
3 and 2 with Robinson at first.
Had a chance to talk with Walt Jocketty, the general manager for the Reds today, about his team.
There's a base hit to right field.
Three-two broken bat, base hit. He asked Walt Jocketty if he was going to make some trades. There's Walt Jocketty. As Dave Righetti's going to come out and talk to Contos. He said, no, I don't think so. We have guys coming back off the disabled list that are better than anybody we could trade for. They've got Jonathan Broxton. They've got
Ludwig.
They've got, who else am I missing? Johnny Cueto, Ryan Ludwig, Jonathan Broxton, Sean Marshall, the left-hander in the bullpen. He's scheduled to come back very, very soon.
Well, I'll tell you who's of that group. It's Cueto, because he's pretty good.
He's very good. Well, I definitely think that they're going to get him back in time for a September run.
Here's his Torres, who takes a strike. Giants really caught a break in postseason when Cueto got hurt in game 1 of that series. And Cueto would have pitched against them one more time if he hadn't gotten hurt. So here it's a ball and a strike to Izturis. And I guess in order to win a World Championship, you have to have a few breaks like that.
Well, they got him. They cashed in on him. I think the word from Dave Righetti is basically work the knees, throw the movements you have. They can get a ground ball, try and get that double play. Work on your sliders and work on your sinkers. But knee-high command right now is essential when you're trying to get a ground ball. Oh, and by the way, don't walk anybody.
Make some really good pitches, and then don't walk anybody. The life of a pitcher. 3-1 with nobody out. Hit to Belt. Belt will give ground, makes a nice play. Both runners advance. Let's check in with Amy G. Amy?
All right, gentlemen, you were talking about former Giants manager Dusty Baker, and I actually talked with Sean Estes, one of our analysts for Giants pre- and post-game live, who played for Dusty, and I asked Sean what made him such a good manager. Sean called him a master motivator. He said he believed in his players believed in him. He said he had Sean's back through thick and thin, and that's what he loved about playing for Dusty Baker. Guys?
Yep, that sounds like Dusty Baker.
A player's manager, no question.
Here's Jay Bruce. Reds have scored in every inning. They've got runners at second and third with one out. Jake Dunning now in the bullpen. Into center field. Torres is going to make the catch. Belt, who somehow kind of forgot to be the cutoff man, got there late, and coming in to score is Robinson.
This is exactly what we're talking about. You cannot get sloppy in these games. It's easy to let your mind drift away when you're down 9-0. And you can see the reaction from Bruce Bochy in the Giants dugout. He didn't miss it. Nice at bat from Bruce, getting the sac fly. And there's nobody. There's Brandon Belt coming across the infield. Just wasn't where he was supposed to be. Got there late. And that's a mental mistake. Did it cost him an extra 90 feet? No, it did not. It just looked bad.
So here's Todd Frazier. Frazier's got a couple of doubles in tonight's game. Here he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. And that's foul. Heads up right over Cozart, who's on deck. We had one of those yesterday that we were very worried about.
Yeah, but he's smiling. We're good. That is the hot spot. You're right.
Now they're going to come inside to Frazier. And Cantos throws it high, so it's 1-2. On deck is Cozart. Outfield straightaway. Cantos throws his 51st pitch. Here it is. And it's bounced to Crawford. Crawford has it. And that will end the inning. A run on 2 hits. Double digits now for the Reds. It's 10-0 Cincinnati. Let's take a look at our Ford right choice. This happened way back in 2002. Take a look at JT Snow. Is he, well, he just grabs Darren Baker to get him out of harm's way. And he's like, yo, Darren, and then he thanked JT. And now Darren Baker's not so little anymore.
Nope. Get big. Starting to look like the old man a little bit.
If we had a reenactment, maybe it'd be just the other way around.
Well, you're right. He could be lifting JT Snow up off the field.
The Giants are feeling pretty good after that one. They won that game, and they needed one more win in Anaheim. And you have to remind me what happened. I forgot.
All I want for my 13th birthday is a hug from Amy G.
Wow. We get one of those every day. There's a call strike to Blanco.
Yeah, Amy the Gamer leads the league in hugs, no doubt. So did you get all the changes?
I don't care. There's a drive to right, and it'll be a base hit for Blanco. So Blanco with a leadoff single.
Xavier Paul is now the new left fielder for the Reds. Derek Robinson goes over to center field. Shin-Soo Choo out of the ball game. And Cesar Isturiz comes into second base. Brandon Phillips' night is over as Dusty Baker tries to conserve his team's energy for the doubleheader tomorrow. Jack Hanahan stays in the game. Joey Votto's night is done.
Here's Scudero. Scudero lifts a high fly ball to Bruce. Bruce will put it away. I'll get up to the minute you're up with Today in the Bay. See breaking news, your weather forecast, and real-time traffic. Watch Today in the Bay weekday starting at 4:30 a.m. on NBC Bay Area. Yeah, those two were the first guys to leave, and now they're going to sit in the stands. It's amazing what you can do when you're an MVP.
That's true.
Heroes takes a strike.
All smiles in the Reds dugout, understandably, with a 10-0 lead. It has been all Reds.
Heroes pops this one up. It'll be Hanahan putting it away. So Heroes is retired. And that'll bring up Sandoval. We had a pretty good idea that this one was going to be trouble. Lincecum did such a great job in that first inning of working out of a mess where runner at third and nobody out. And he got it to the bases loaded with 2 outs and no runs had scored. And he needed to get an out to Todd Frazier. And he would have dodged a major bullet. But Frazier doubled over the head of Torres and it knocked in all 3. And that's when things started to unravel. Sandoval is popped out and he's bounced out. And here he takes a strike for Arroyo. Still mixing it up. That's 81 pitches. Blanco, his single, the 4th hit in the game for the Giants. And they've all been singles. Posey a hit, Torres a hit, Crawford a hit, and now Blanco. 1 and 2 to the Panda. Remember when we used to have to wear one of those to take a tour of this place when they were building it?
I still have my hard hat.
On the ground to second. Remember, you used to give us a tour?
It's true.
Shayna Dawn.
She was good.
She was real good. 10-0 Cincinnati. Brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. It started out rough for the Giants, and it stayed that way. Arroyo's been good. Lincecum got roughed up. Frazier had the big hit in the first inning, and Buster Posey got a base hit in the first inning. He's now hit safely 11 of his last 13 games. So Contos is still out there, and he's going to face Cozart and then Mesoraco. Abreu is now at second base for Marco Scudero.
Maintenance game, get your work in. And really, George Cantos extending himself out tonight more than he has at any point this year. Really out of necessity, as it just becomes a numbers game. If you can get innings tonight out of Cantos, that's just one less inning that somebody else in the bullpen is going to have to throw. And they can save for tomorrow, because tomorrow figures to be a pretty extensive day for both bullpens.
So here's Cozart. Cozart is 1 for 3. And he looks at a strike. Cantos, the most pitches he's ever thrown until tonight was 40. This will be pitch number 53. Get out to center field for Andres Torres. So Cozart is gone, and that'll bring up Mesoraco.
Sometimes you have to do it. You got to go out there and extend yourself out for the good of the cause. The best one I ever saw was in 1979. The Pirates got into a real rough spell where their bullpen was just getting beat up, and they came rolling into Wrigley Field to play us, the Cubs, doubleheader. And Joe Coleman took the ball for Pittsburgh, and basically they told him, it's yours.
Mesoraco hammers one to left. It's going to be off the bottom of the cars, and then it bounces away from Blanco. So Mesoraco with his third hit. Yeah, but he saved him, right?
Well, it was amazing because it was a real hot day in Wrigley Field. Day game, of course. No lights were even in the ballpark at that point in time, and every game was a day game. And they told Joe Coleman the bullpen's closed. They didn't even have guys sitting in the bullpen during the game. And he got him into the 7th inning before he finally ran out of gas, and we got about 16 runs off or something ridiculous. It was a beating. And he got released very shortly after that. And at the end of the year meeting, and he missed over 3 months of the season. They released him before the All-Star break, I believe. Again, if memory serves me right. But they voted him a whole share.
Yeah.
Because he saved the team. He saved the bullpen. It was an incredible thing. I'll never forget it. I mean, he was throwing up rosin bags up there at the end. He was completely out of gas. But he kept going without any fear to an ERA or anything other than to just keep throwing innings up there so somebody else wouldn't have to throw them.
Well, if you ever just check out Baseball Reference and look at his numbers and all the different teams he played for. There's Arroyo, who swings and misses.
Joe Coleman, a second-generation player. And I believe his son became the third generation to play in the big leagues. Like, I played with Joe in Chicago, good guy. And it didn't surprise me at all that he would take that type of an assignment.
And Arroyo knew it.
I don't think he's too bothered by that.
I don't think he is either. That's the third strikeout for Cantos. And that'll bring up Xavier Paul.
So George Cantos, very unselfishly extending him so to save the Giants bullpen for tomorrow. A lot of these players on both teams are going to be playing something that they've never done before, and that is an old-fashioned doubleheader. With most of the doubleheaders in today's game is day-night doubleheaders. You play one at 1 o'clock and then at 7.
There's a bullet over Belt down the right field line. So the streak is going to continue for the Reds as they now have scored in every inning. Is Paul doubles down the right field line. And that'll bring to the plate Derek Robinson.
And there you see it. The Reds have been putting on an offensive clinic tonight. Jake Dunning heading down.
Robinson is 3 for 4. He's had 3 singles and he's scored 3 times. And here he takes high, 1 ball and no strikes. There's a strike. Eleven runs on 16 hits. One and two. Hanahan's on deck. At second is Paul. And Sandoval is going to grab this to end the inning. Sandoval going to his left. Bottom of the 7th coming up. All right, thanks, Dave. Here, it's a laugher. And we are not the ones laughing.
Nope, it has been all Cincinnati, and Bronson Arroyo has been on cruise control. Giants have not gotten a runner to second base yet tonight.
Hunter Pence will lead things off, and Pence is going to drill one into left field for a base hit. So Pence is aboard.
Well, the old-fashioned doubleheader. Tomorrow night, you're going to get one. Giants taking on the Reds. First game at 4 p.m. Special ticket offer for tomorrow night in honor of Tim Lincecum's no-hitter tonight. For every strikeout that a Giant pitcher throws tonight, and there are 5, the Giants will take $1 off of a view-level seat for tomorrow's doubleheader. So go to sfgiants.com/Timmy after tonight's game and use the promo code Timmy to purchase your discounted seats. Tomorrow night, 2 games, price of 1.
Belt with a drive past his Torres. So back-to-back hits for the Giants here in the 7th. And that'll bring up Andres Torres. Torres singled in the 3rd. He bounced out to Phillips in the 5th, where Phillips made a very nice backhanded play. High fly ball, shallow center field. Robinson will put it away. And that'll bring up Crawford.
You know, that really is the one good thing about baseball. That you don't get football. If you get blown out on a Sunday, you've got a week to think about it. Baseball, you have a bad night, and you get right back on the horse the next day.
Yeah, sometimes to play 2.
Same day.
And if you're an everyday guy and you're going to play in both games, you may get 8 to 10 at bats in one day. You can do some damage. Crawford takes low. Or on the other hand, you can throw up a bad number too at the end of the day. Hit up the middle. That's 1, and that's 2. And that'll do it for the Giants. We'll head to the 8th. It remains 11-0 Cincinnati.
Giants Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
All Reds tonight. It's 11-0. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
So Jake Dunning in on relief now. George Contos, as evening has come to a conclusion for Dunning. 17 games this year. 0-1 with a 3.12 ERA. And an opportunity to get some work in. That's what you want in a game like this. You want strike throwers.
Tanaka now comes into the game. He's in left, moving from left to right. is Gregor Blanco. It's Hanahan to hit. He's hitting for the second time. He's singled in the 6th. As Dunning throws a fastball high, 1 ball and no strikes.
There's Jeffrey Leonard, Hackman, talking baseball with some of the faithful.
2-0. Out of play as Dunning comes in with a fastball. Once it come, Contos and now Dunning. In tight, 3-1.
These tourists chalking up.
Three and 2. So Dunning comes in when he has to.
That's pretty good 3-1 pitch right there.
And Dunning gets Hanahan on the strikeout. All right, so let's check in with Amy G. Amy, save us.
Okay, I will do my best. We have a new Buster Nose squat. It's available for fans at csnbarry.com. We caught up with Buster in the Big Apple. We talk about the whirlwind that is the All-Star Game. And hey, Madison Bumgardner wants Buster Posey to make a very large purchase that's going to help travel be a little bit easier on his teammates. You're going to find out what it is if you watch that interview. csnbarry.com, Buster Nose squat. Dwayne?
Well, can't you tell us?
I guess you can.
No, I mean, is it going to help all of us that travel? There's a strike at the knees. It's 0-2.
Texter.
Outside is Turris. We're full view now of Amy as she goes through the stands right down in front of us. And there's a line drive into center field, a base hit, and she's like the mayor.
Yeah. Very recognizable, very friendly, always has time for you. And that's not just in the ballpark. I mean, Amy G, she is the queen of Petaluma. P-Town, as she calls it.
She had the car everybody wanted in the parade.
She did.
She had the orange car.
By herself. She had her own ride.
Remember we asked if we could ride along and she said no.
Yeah, flat out.
Jay Bruce takes low and in. 1 ball and no strikes.
See, it's like tonight you have to think back about the parade. Yeah. It keeps you going. That was a good day. 2 good parades. 2 good days.
Abreu on the backhand. That's 1. And they're going to turn a very nifty 4-6-3 double play. So Amy does indeed save us. 11-0.
brought to you by the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Be sure to open your eyes, expand your mind, and delight you, and it will delight your family. Dive in at MontereyBayAquarium.org/love. We give you 2 thumbs up. It is an absolute wonder, and it is a great day spent. Monterey Bay Aquarium.
11-0. You see that the Reds did not score in the 8th inning.
Jack Hanahan over at third base, Neftali Soto in at first base.
Here's Tanaka. Blanco to follow, and then Abreu. There's a strike at the knees. 2 balls and 1 strike. Tanaka lifts one through the bullpen, and it's 2-2. Easy, fellas. Keep a foot in. You got to keep a foot in.
Yeah, that's the rule. That is the foul ball challenge, should you decide to accept it.
I think that guy's a catcher.
Yeah, I think
if you bring your catcher's mitt to the park, then you're an old catcher.
Yeah, but come on. That's all he's looking like a catcher. Plus, he's got catcher face.
Shot foul down the third base line. Stay tuned immediately after Giants baseball for Esurance Giants post-game live highlights, reaction, and analysis. It's all coming up right after the game. He wants to do a pin right now.
He'll catch 8 bullpens right now. Not a problem. Not a problem.
Goodness.
And he wouldn't even put on a mask.
Out of play.
Catchers, man. I love them. They are a different breed.
Yep, there's one.
Porky Lopez.
Hanahan's going to try to throw out Tanaka, but that's impossible.
No chance. Well, a noble effort from Jack Hanahan, who goes down on his belly. And look at third base umpire Chris Guccione. He had to kind of get out of the way. A lot of distraction down there. And in the end, it's a leadoff knock for Tanaka.
Here's Blanco. Blanco takes a strike. Blanco towards the hole. Hanahan cuts it off. There's 1 and 2. So Blanco rarely hits into a double play. Hits one here in the 8th.
Oh, you're right about that. Blanco in 290 at bats this year has hit into now 6 double plays. But Hanahan really showing some great range. Going to his right the previous play, here to his left. Perfect feed to his Turris coming across the bag on a flip. And Soto staying in contact with the bag. That's a nice deuce.
Here's Abreu. And Abreu takes a strike. Abreu hitting for the first time, taps this one off of Mesoraco, and it's 0-2.
Arroyo has faced 29 Giants. He has had strike one 23 of those 29 times. Just a strike throwing machine. 101 pitches into his outing. In his career, he has had 5 shutouts and 14 complete games.
Another chance for Hanahan, and that'll end the inning. We will go to the 9th. It's 11-0 Cincinnati.
Giants baseball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Sonoma Raceway. The NHRA Sonoma Nationals at Sonoma Raceway, July 26th through 28th. For tickets, go to racesonoma.com.
Stay tuned for the post-game wrap in just a bit. And I'll also talk about Colin Kaepernick with Murph and Mac tomorrow morning on KNBR 680.
Well, that'll be a lively conversation.
It will.
You'll be talking about Ryan Braun, big boy.
It's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
John Machi, the new pitcher for the Giants, and this is what he has done in 27 games. 2-0, 3.54 ERA. And he and Guillermo Quiroz talking it over. 24 strikeouts against 5 walks. Been outstanding.
Soto's going to lead things off. The Cubs beat the Diamondbacks tonight. That's just the final, 4-2.
Well, that was supposed to be Garza's start, who got traded to the Rangers earlier today, so he missed that start. Who pitched?
Chris Ruzin. He gets a win. He goes 5 innings, allows 2 hits. He actually did give up a couple of runs. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. So if you're the Diamondbacks, you think you catch a break, right?
Yeah.
Garza's not going to face this. Well, that's what we say is that's baseball. There's Soto as he strikes out. And in the National League West, there's a new owner of first place.
Who would that be?
Well, that is the Los Angeles Dodgers.
They are having quite a road trip. Swept the Nationals in Washington and won game 1 of their set with the Blue Jays today.
They beat the Nationals in 3 games. Nationals started Strasburg, Gio Gonzalez, and Jordan Zimmerman. And now none of those, or I don't even know if any of those 3 guys got the loss, but the point is the Dodgers won those games.
Well, they're a very confident team right now. No question.
And a foul just below us. Caught by a lady who's wearing a Cincinnati Reds jacket. How about that?
She was getting cheered till she started doing the foul ball shuffle, and then she got booed. Oh, yeah. Psyched.
Psyched. She should be psyched.
One of our ushers making sure she's okay.
Or maybe explaining to her that Cincinnati shuffle doesn't work too well here.
Yeah.
So down swinging is Cozart.
There's the foul ball shuffle. She was doing good till then. And the cheers turned to boos. So she's got to go. That's all there is to it. That's a rules violation.
Here's Mesoraco. Mesoraco is 3 hits tonight, a home run, a single, a double. Hit out into right center field. It'll be Andres Torres moving over and under. And we'll head to the bottom of the 9th. Guillermo Quiroz is going to lead this massive comeback. He's going to lead it off 11-0. Cincinnati.
Sportsnet Bay Area. Giants pregame live at 3:30 before game 1. And Giants postgame live between games. Then game 2 of the doubleheader will be approximately around 7:15. So plan on spending your Tuesday with us. And then Wednesday, a Wednesday night game right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Join us at 6:30 for Giants pregame live. Lots of baseball as the Giants start their 33-game stretch out of the division. Tonight is game 1.
So it'll be Guillermo Quiroz who's going to lead things off.
Our fans put on a pretty good show between innings, I tell you.
Well, we got a couple of guys on the field, so we will not show that. Everybody waiting until the 2 people that are on the field just fall down, but inevitably they will spend the night in the slammer.
Well, this is uncalled for, and they're going to live to regret this decision, unfortunately. had 3 bowled out of the stands, and they're going to live to regret it. It's just not something you want to do.
Oh boy.
So we apologize for the delay.
So it'll be Arroyo to face Quiroz. And Quiroz will take a breaking ball for a pitch down low. Bronson Arroyo now with 103 pitches. He definitely would like to close this thing out, as you would expect. And this is hit right at his Tourist.
Well, I mean, it's a chance for a 6th career shutout.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's Sandoval. Don't forget to check out Sportsnet Central tonight after Giants postgame live right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Sandoval is 0 for 3. He'll look at a strike. He's going to pop this one up into shallow left field. It'll be Cozart who will put it away. And Jeff Francoeur is going to pinch hit. So here's Francoeur. And he's going to look at a pitch down low. Done a nice job since he arrived in a Giants uniform. And he skies this one into center field. Hit well. Robinson back at the wall. He leaps and he caught it. And that's the ball game. So what a great play by Francoeur to keep this a shutout.
Now Derek Robinson goes high up and to the backhand, flips it. It comes back into the field of play. And he stays with it, and that's kind of how the night has gone. It preserves the shutout for Bronson Arroyo, his 6th career shutout.
So final score, it's the Reds 11 and the Giants nothing. Esurance Giants postgame live with interviews in the Rapids coming up. But first, let's go to the Sportsnet Central studio for an update.